Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, I have discovered recently that you guys tend to enjoy videos more when I start them off by making fun of you, like calling you an asshole or a slut or a whore or a dickface or a spider monkey. Last one wasn't an insult so much, but, it wasn't that one movie, Talladega Nights, when that little squirrely kid yelled it. That didn't have anything to do with anything. Let's move on. So I'm doing a Would You Rather, so you assholes better pay attention. There, I insulted you again. Hopefully you like it. God, you guys, you little masochists, like me making fun of you over the internet. Alright, so on to the Would You Rathers. The first one, hopefully, I should have checked this first. Won't be a weird one. Oh, this is good, actually. You can only use one of the two. Would you rather use Reddit or YouTube? Okay, you can still use any other website. So I can still use like Twitter and Facebook and all that, or Google. But I would have to avoid one of these entirely. Now, for me, yeah, this isn't really a fair question for me because I work on YouTube. You know, I'm on YouTube constantly. Like, I'm on it so much that like I don't use Facebook, like, personally, just because I knew I would be pissing so much time away on the internet if I were on Facebook too. Because I mean, even though this isn't like a full-time busy job, it does soak up a lot of time online. So this is going to definitely be a biased response. But regardless, I've never let my personal bias get in the way of me being 100% sure that I'm right. So there we go. But as far as Reddit goes, I feel like you guys should agree with me anyway, because Reddit is nothing more than an aggregation site, you know? Like, nothing they put on there is original. It's all just shit from other places in the internet, and then you can go to the subreddit that you like, and then find something on, like, Borderlands, or you can find one probably about, like, National Geographic, or stuff like that, you know? It's just, my point is it's not original, you know? You could conceivably go out, Google things that you wanted to learn about, and then go find sources that are way more reputable than the shit you're getting on Reddit anyway, because confirmation bias is working heavily in Reddit. If you ever go to look at, I used to go to the politics section of it sometimes, but it got to the point where, like, Jesus Christ, it's like the sources that they would move to the top of the list, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is like thinkprogress.com. This is the equivalent of extreme Fox News for conservatism, and the equivalent of like a, terrible, like a Jezebel or a Daily Mail kind of just horrible, reprehensible, awful, not verifiable source, and that's getting voted to the top, and people are like, oh yes, because this is liberal, it's definitely okay, and oh yes, Obama, I'll respond to that after I take Obama's penis out of my mouth, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like, everybody's just so sure of themselves that this doesn't elevate public discourse, it just makes people kind of pissed off at each other, and then if you do try to inject yourself in some semblance of a intelligent conversation, you'll get called a faggot, or you'll get downvoted, and people say, you just don't get it, Republican noob, or just something like that, It's just a big conglomeration of arguing and logical fallacies, and so, don't get me wrong, it's funny to go in there and look at things and watch people argue in a comment section, and then you'll look at them, and they'll get it even worse than the beginning, They'll ruin a wrong fact to an even wronger extent, if that makes sense. Like, and then both people leave thinking that they are right, and it's just two more misinformed people going on their way on the internet, which most likely doesn't matter because, hell, lots of people are misinformed because the internet is filled with a lot of misinformation. If you didn't know that, you can in fact lie on the internet. So YouTube, full of like pretty much 100% original content. Like, I don't get it. Where do you think all the best content's going to be coming from? You think it's going to be, just when they post the text, like a paragraph on Reddit? Because that's like the only original shit they have on there. Like, that's it. On YouTube, though, you get tons of original stuff. Go watch a Freddie W video, and one Freddie W video has more originality poured into it than probably all of Reddit in the last month. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, just go look at that. That's all the example I need. So I'm going to pick YouTube, obviously. 69% said YouTube, 31% said Reddit. Really? 31%? 31% of you? That's just a testament to laziness, man, because all the stuff that's on Reddit, you could find that somewhere else. If you really gave a shit about, like, finding fucked up pictures on the internet or something, you can go find some messed up pictures on the internet. Like, if you just go to Reddit, 'cause you're like, I like all my fucked up pictures in one place, like, that's just laziness, man. I'm sorry if you're some weird psychopath who likes, like, playing with himself to dead animals or something on Reddit, if that's, like, a specific thing they have aggregated there, which I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of freaks out there. But Jesus Christ, you're gonna give all of YouTube up for that? Just go spend a few minutes, man. Just go search your nasty stuff, and then go to YouTube so you can enjoy it. Enjoy YouTube, enjoy the original content, get off Reddit. But, yes, that is all on that one. Wow, almost 5 minutes on that question. Would you rather discover something great and spread it, or discover something evil and prevent it? I would rather discover something great and spread it, because, Actually, you know what? This is actually I had an idea going into it, but it kind of fell apart. I'm reconstructing this now. Maybe it'd be better to discover something evil and prevent it, because then, you know, if you're doing something good, like if I came up with a cure for cancer or something. Well, no, that's too good. Let's dial it back, Taylor. Okay. Let's say that I, you know, invented some new method of agriculture that would make like a couple 100,000 people fewer die every year from, you know, hunger and thirst related illnesses or something, you know? Now, if I did that, I gave a good thing to society, you know? Like, that's a good thing. But at the same time, nobody around me, like in my general vicinity, is going to feel like they owe me anything. They're all going to be like, oh, that's some awesome shit you did for the, you know, people in, you know, Nambia, but we here, we have lots of food, we have lots of water, we don't really owe you anything, but we're still in reverence of what you did, but it's kind of like a, don't give a shit kind of way. Whereas, if there is like a huge virus like that exploded out in all, like, the white people and all the pretty white girls that are always all over the news when they get kidnapped, because that's what people care about. Ooh, when they all start getting diseases, and I come up with a serum that heals all the people in the United States who are like on a 7-day timeline before they turn into bloated corpses in the street. If I discover that and prevent that evil, everybody owes me everything for the rest of my life. I'll never buy a drink for the rest of my life. I'll be voted president. I can do whatever the hell I want. Everyone will literally owe me their life. I could go make a campaign speech for president, like, and make a commercial, and my opponent would have to be, like, taking up all the facts, everything about me, and I could just get up there and be like, yeah, I remember that, do you guys remember that time when, every single one of you was about to die and the human race was about to end, and then I saved us? You know what, if you could just throw me a vote, that'd be real cool, man, and, don't even worry about it. You don't need to thank me. You don't even need to thank me, you know, just remember that. Keep that in your head, that you owe me literally everything that you are experiencing now in your life, because without me, you would all be dead. So just remember that. Okay, see you guys later. I will see you for the next 8 years. Actually, 16, because I'm changing the laws. All right, bye. Nah. Okay, so that's what I would do. Definitely discover something evil and prevent it, because I am that selfish. 42% agree with me. 58% are better people than me. Give it to them there. There? Why'd I say it like a pirate? Give it to them there. Would you rather have a significant other that doesn't speak, or have a significant other that doesn't listen? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't be in a relationship with either of those people. That's a shitty decision. I would rather be single. But for the sake of the question, I'll say doesn't speak. 83% agree with me, 17% don't, which means this is a shitty question, Mr. Sam, because it should never be that skewed. That means that you weren't being divisive enough. If you had to choose an era to live in, would you rather live in the time of the ancient Romans and Greeks or live in the Dark Ages? Jesus Christ. Seriously? Who would pick the Dark Ages here? I'm pretty sure, like, even back in ancient Rome and Greece, the life expectancy was about the same as it was in the Dark Ages, right? Or am I, like, completely off there? Because, well, then again, the Dark Ages encompass a huge, a huge section of Western history, you know? I'm not 100% sure exactly when the Dark Ages is, like, technically, but I guess if it was, like, early in the Dark Ages, then I would rather be ancient Roman and Greek. Actually, either way, I just like ancient Roman and Greek culture more than the Dark Age culture. You know, there's so much religious oppression back in the Dark Ages. It's almost like we went back in time from the Greeks and Romans to the Dark Ages and then came out of it again, you know? Yeah. So, I'm going to say Greeks and Romans. Also because they had gladiator fights, and those would be cool. 83% again on Greeks and Romans, and 17% on the Dark Ages. I think that's probably a really simple one to answer, just because Dark Ages, immediately you associate, and you're like, oh, like the plague and scariness and being burned at the stake and being accused of being a witch and all things like that. So, yeah, would not be fun. Not be fun. Last one. Would you rather be a capitalist or a communist? I've answered this one before, and I'm going to switch it up and say I'm going to be a communist. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. This is retarded. This is retarded. Stop recycling these questions, yourather.com. Get your shit together. Okay, no excuse. There are hundreds of thousands of these. There must be. And if there aren't, you guys listening right now, go to yourather.com and submit one, and then maybe it'll show up and I can answer your shitty question. Okay, talk to you later, and I love you.